So Althea was kind of like, she's sort of like my kindred spirit there, even though she was the publisher's wife and eccentric and rich and had issues with substances. But when it came to common ground about pop culture and music, I kind of was like her buddy. So she dies in the notorious death scene, tragic death scene played out in Milos Forman's film.
What did you think of Courtney Love's portrayal of her?
Courtney Love was Althea Flynt in that film. The thing that really frightened me so much about watching that movie was I worked for this woman and I knew this woman for years. Courtney never even met Althea. She was long gone before this film was even, I mean, she was long gone. She was long gone before, well, not long gone, but she was gone before Hole even arrived. Before Nirvana even arrived. She died in July of 1987. And I remember meeting Courtney at an MTV party, and she was like really excited to meet me. And I said, what do you, I heard you're making a movie that Cliff Bernstein was managing her at the time. Says you're making a movie. He goes, yeah, I'm going to play Althea Flynt. I said, if you give me your email address, I'll send you some anecdotes of my time with her, and it might give you an insight. She goes, would you do that? I go, yeah. I dug Althea. I know her quirks and stuff. I sent her maybe 3 or 4 emails. I didn't get much response, but at the premiere of the film in Westwood, where my then wife Joyce and I were invited, we sat at a table next to Woody Harrelson, and after the film I went up to Larry, and Larry had a tear in his eye. He goes, he really got it right. He really got it right. I go, Larry, you should be very proud of this movie. But I was truly adamant about telling Althea, you channeled that lady. You were her. One of the things that really got that I think helped Courtney kind of spiritually connect with Althea was she was wearing her actual clothes and jewelry, and she had watched I mean, it was beyond just watching films to learn your role, to familiarize yourself and get into your character. She somehow absorbed the energy from Althea's red pumps and leather pants and things like that.
I heard Cameron Crowe say something similar about Lester Bangs. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman played him, and
he played him marvelously.
There is a DVD extra on there.
Okay.
Where Philip Seymour Hoffman's go, what is that? And Cameron Crowe's talking on the DVD commentary, like Lester was like on the set that day, really getting into his head.
Yeah. The irony you mentioned Lester Bangs' name is he died the month I started at Hustler Magazine. He died in April of 1982. 30s. That's when I started.
Yeah, he was like 32 or 33.
I don't know his exact age because I don't like paraphrasing what I'm not familiar with, but I don't know the facts. But he also lived a lot harder, truer, more authentic life. Yeah. But I've had conversations with bands throughout the RIP years about Lester Bangs because I didn't believe that I was doing him justice. I was traveling and telling honest stories and getting the fans into the belly of the beast, so to speak. But he didn't make friends with them. That already corrupted my POV because I would never go to the outer limits of truth, because you still wanted the musician to dig what you were doing. Lester didn't give a fuck what the musicians said about his stuff. And that's the difference between him and our that's where we skew.
Because with my generation, you're growing up on Headbangers Ball and that metal scene of the late 80s, early 90s, and seeing you on Headbangers Ball, Friend at Large. It's easy to make the comparison between you and Lester.
Yeah, but I wasn't serious about anything.
Yeah.
I was riding this extraordinary wave of access and love from the whole community. you must reference this, that I'm the only magazine editor of that time who came directly out of a porn publication into a world that exalted and canonized decadence. So I was made to be a gatekeeper of that genre, because they all respected me from my resume before I even got in the job.